Good day, one and all. Welcome back to Total Battle Complete Guide. And today we are fighting the last beast in the Trials of Olympus, the Trial of Briareus, or however you'd like to pronounce it. I hope you were all well today. I think I finally solved my stream problems, but I'm not saying anything for sure until I see what happens the next time. Apologies for the slight delay. I'm about 50 minutes late from scheduled time, but nothing has happened bar me trying to get the stream online before you finally joined in. So, wherever you're from, don't be afraid to say hello in the chat, and when we get a few of you on today, we can have a little conversation about what I mentioned in the Discord server. So yes, that is the plan for today. No wine today. Monday. It's too early in the day anyway for wine, isn't it? Well, some people might say no, it's never too early for wine. Anyway, what we will be doing today, we'll be doing a few attacks on Briareus' squad. I'll have to try and stay on top of the mic today because I know I got a little message from somebody on the YouTube channel saying that the audio was very poor. Now, I have the audio set as high as I can for my microphone, and yeah, I can't do much better than it is currently, but I'll just try and stay on top of the mic so it makes it a little bit easier for everybody to hear me, because I think it's only something that somebody came to afterwards, because I know I run 0 ads on the channel during my live streams. So there's no monetization. I only add the ads after the effect, or after the event, so to speak. So that will always be the case on my live stream videos. There will be no ads running at the same time as it. I don't want the viewers to have to put up with ads. It's bad enough that there's ads on YouTube. I know lots of people don't use or pay for premium, let's say, on YouTube, and then you don't obviously have to put up with ads. But anyway, that is the plan for today. If you are joining, welcome to the stream. Don't be afraid to say hello, just so as I know the chat does work. And yeah, we'll have a chat today and do a few things. And as I say, we'll see how we're getting on. We're doing quite well in the Briareus squad in the Trials of Olympus now. I don't think we'll be passed out. As you can see there, we're the lead clan, hype on 51.3 million. And the nearest to us are ZCI, they're on 44. So they're kind of fighting it out with SCHIT. Shit, a good name for a clan. And yeah, so those two are fighting out for second at the minute, and all has gone fairly well. I'm a fair bit off. Did fairly well on my goals this time. This is probably about the most I've played. I did all my goals, personal goals for the first round, the Chimera. I did all my goals for the Trials of the Basilisk, and I did 15 of my 21 goals for the Lava Fountain. But what we decided to do as a clan was to have a nap with the other two clans in our league. So basically both SCHIT and ZCI, we had a nap with the three of them, which meant that we didn't attack anybody on our lava fountains, and we all just allowed each other to gain them. Look, it's when you get to a certain level, there's no point. I know some people like the battle and it's a bit of fun. It's a little bit like the blue lava fountains in the Seasonal Kingdom, that you would attack players on the fountain and try and steal their tower. But invariably it just becomes a waste of time, because people will send an attack to a lava fountain, and whoever's on the lava fountain will just remove their troops before the attack arrives. So in reality it didn't make much difference, and people just, it's just a waste of time. So it was easier to just have a nap and decide that all of the lava fountains will be sacred, and people are allowed to just mine them as they need them. And then obviously the next day, which was Trial of Tartaros, where everybody can just go and hunt crypts for the Olympus. So I completed most of my goals. There were a few options in the clan to do. They were going to give, I think the way we worked it was anybody who wasn't going to be online or didn't want to select all of their lava fountains could gift one to another player in the clan, and that's kind of the way it worked. So 15 to 21 on that. I did 20 out of 20 on my personal goals, obviously on the crypting for the Trial of Tartaros, and today I'm a little bit over halfway. Now I do notice I haven't got anybody in the chat, so I don't know if the chat is working. If it's not, please let me know on Discord and I can keep an eye on Discord. So it's okay. I can type in it, but as I see, I can see there's a few viewers on there. As I say, guys, don't be afraid to say hello. Just know that the chat is working and everything is working on the stream as it should be, because I do have one little error message, but I don't think it's making any difference to the chats. With primary and backup streams. Anyway, we see where we go. So we've got one like from somebody. And as I say, if you're noticing that you can't chat or you are trying to chat and it's not working, please let me know and I will, please let me know on Discord and I'll keep an eye there and we will try and work out what the problem is. I'll just go into my YouTube feed there. So that is running fine. And yeah, should be good to go. Okay, so let's do a few attacks on Briareus. I was going with a lower set of captains earlier on just to improve their levels, but at the minute I'm working on Amanitore, whatever way you not like to pronounce her name, Logos. Anyway, I'm working on him as well, and obviously I'm sticking in Hercules just to give a little boost to the overall VP that I get from it. And at the minute I'm reviving with gold. So let us just check that we have everything on as we should have. Health and strength, I think the clan bonuses and royal bonuses are active at the minute, so let us go for a march. Check that later on. So when we're hitting fairly high, fairly well on, well, I think I'm hitting fairly well for 3 stacks and getting about 1.5 to 1.7 trillion. And yeah, it's all going okay at the moment. A question. Hello, welcome to the channel, and thank you for your support of my channel. I noticed you're one of our new tier members. Hi there. All right, gonna test the chat with a question. Are the Zeus rewards worth it for low level might 1 to 50 million might players? If you're referring to Zeus Lightning Artifact, yes, they are worth it. Let me know if that's what you're asking me, because I've been using that artifact quite well. It's been very useful. If this is what you're talking about here, the Zeus Lightning Artifact, you're saying rewards, so that's what I'm just wondering. Gonna test the chat. Are the Zeus rewards worth it? If it's for the Zeus Lightning, yes, it is worthwhile getting it. The big thing that I've noticed, I did a stream a while ago, and I included some of the most popular artifacts in the game. Obviously the Forest, Heart of the Forest and the Forest Crown are the two that I got during Seasonal Kingdom. But I also took the Zeus Lightning Artifact, and it does make a massive difference. When paired along with two other ones, for example, in a 3 captain attack like this, or even if you were just bringing troops to attack in CP runs or something like that, there is a massive boost. So yes, it is worthwhile using, and yeah, it is worthwhile using, and it does. I'll show you now basically what I am talking about. So if we go into this attack here, this is a 3-stack attack. You can see the artifacts I'm using. So I'm using the Forest Crown. On Hercules, I am using the Heart of the Forest on Amanator, and lastly I'm using Zeus Lightning on Logos. Now I could switch that out and use Ifrit Lord's Belt instead, but when I did the comparisons and we tested these 3 artifacts out on one epic, exact same hits each time, same amount of troops. I didn't level up the captain that I was using at the time, and I used the same gear on him, and also the epic that I was attacking didn't drop in stacks. I was getting pretty much the exact same VP and XP using Zeus Lightning compared to either the Heart of the Forest. I think the Heart of the Forest was slightly better, but when I say slightly, it was really only marginal. But I have been trying to, and actually I'm just one off increasing the level on that. I want to be able to bring that up to the next level, but unfortunately I'm just 5 short of being able to do so. So yeah, it makes a massive difference. And just to show you a breakdown of the actual attack, if we go in here and you look for any of the attacks that have a little double sword icon, they are basically what are dealing double damage. Now it's not a double hit, it's a double damage. So if we went down the list here, for example, there's 2 there back to back. So my my smiters and my legitimists, no, basically my melee S9 melees and my S9 riders both got double damage on those 2 attacks. And if you add all the double damages up during a well stacked attack, you're going to see actually a massive increase. So I'll just count them here. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And they're nice ones because they're on monsters, so they're doing a lot of damage. 12, monster again. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And we're not even halfway down the list yet. 18, 19, 20. This is where it's really important to have a lot of stacks. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Again, they're on monsters, so they're doing good damage. 26, 27, 28. Again, all monsters. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and we're nearly getting to the bottom. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. So we're going to be over 60 hits. 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. So I got, out of 348 hits, I got 65 double damage hits. That, as you can imagine, does stack up pretty seriously to give you a much better result in your attacking power. So yes, to answer your question, that's a long, a long convoluted way of going through it. But yes, the Zeus Lightning is still beneficial. And if you consider taking it as a low-level player, look, it's something that you will grow and will benefit from. So in tandem with maybe Ifrit Lord's Belt and maybe the Source Flask, if you didn't do Seasonal Kingdom and you don't have the Forest Crown or the Heart of the Forest, it will definitely be beneficial for you to be able to stack those 2 or 3 artifacts in an attack. So yes, for me, it is definitely worthwhile using. And that's my opinion on it. I'm sure there's other people who say they prefer to use Ifrit Lord's Belt, but as I say, I did that comparison, I did a test, I ran a few different attacks using the different artifacts, and I found that albeit you are going to have more troops, like that's one of the big things about it. Apart from the double damage, you're being able to carry more troops into battle, both mercenaries and your silver troops, i.e. troops that you're making with silver. So yeah, definitely beneficial, and you are welcome. And as I say, thanks again for supporting the channel and becoming a tier member. Next KVK is when the RSS, I'll be doing RSS donations, so that's why I needed your details on what kingdom you're in, but I know where you are now, so that's all good. So let's just claim some chests here and see how the clan is getting on. That's good. Okay, so as you can see there, we've killed a few Briaria squads today, and that's pretty much why I'm doing attacks now and reviving using gold. I do have some spare gold there, and it's all about now getting as many points as we can, getting as many kills as we can for the clan, because when you're in a large clan like Hype, for example, you really do need to keep your end of the bargain up and be helping with kills. So that's just a small idea of what I've got over the last, probably about the last 2 hours, I think that is. For a clan, anybody wondering what it's like to be in a big clan, I know you see sometimes messages up on Facebook showing what kind of gifts you get in some of the bigger clans, FOC, BAD, GOD, etc., SIN, SYN. This is kind of what you're going to get when there's an event like this taking place. There's sacred potions, obviously there's tar, you're getting dragon coins, a lot of talent, reset talent points, of which I have thousands at this stage and I'll never use. Not too much in the way of silver, but gold is the big thing. That the gold is helping us do revives. City teleports are very commonplace in these events. Tar again is important, and that's coming from these. Obviously there's silver as well. And down the very bottom of the list, dragon coins. We're getting lots of dragon coins from all these kills. It's just something that's, you know, you're going to see when you get into bigger clans. It's all relative to the size of your account. If you've got a small account, you won't be getting anything near those prizes. But if you have a large account, obviously you're going to benefit greatly from those. So that is a couple more attacks. I want to just have a look and see where I am now. It's a pity I'm not able to buy anything else in the store, because I need 5 more points on my Zeus Lightning to get it up to the next level. But unfortunately, we have burnt through the ones we had available today. So I'm going to save my points until the next Trials of Olympus, and then that'll be the first thing I'll do. We'll be getting some of the Zeus lightning fragments. Obviously the clan chests I took already. Yes, very important for the clan to get the chests. I don't need any of these portals during Olympus now, because, as I say, given the fact that we're a large clan now, we generally have a nap with the other clans. If there's a clan that doesn't want to have an app, then so be it. It just means that maybe 2 of the 3 participants in the team events are going to be attacking just one clan. So hey, that's their tough luck, right? Dragon coin orbs obviously are very important. I'm getting closer and closer to upgrading my dragon to the next level. I could spend some of this on dragon coins, but I'll probably save them, because I do want to try and upgrade that Zeus Lightning so as I can get it up again to the next level. I'm nearly fully starred on it. If I go in and have a look, it's on Herc. No, it's on Logos. So yeah, if I wanted to level it up, I'm 10 short, as you can see. So close to being able to go to the next level, and when I get to the next level, I can also then upgrade it and bring my dominance and leadership up to the next level. And I may as well, I'm not going to waste my coins or my points. I might actually do that here again, just to get a little bit more on the double damage if it was possible to. So I would forego that authority 1% authority point if I could get another 1% or 2% or something like that in double damage, because it really is a very useful artifact when you're able to carry a big army. But as I say, it's something that you will grow with if you take it from a low level. It's definitely going to be beneficial for you in the game. So let me see if we can find a few more Briareus squads to hit. What are we now? 2 o'clock. So that one's pretty gone. And we're down on to the last one here, 6:55. Where was I again? Let me just see where I am in Trials of Olympus. On a personal basis, I'm at 76th at the minute, 461. So we could probably do a little bit more work there. I'd like to keep myself up in the top 60 if possible. Garrett, good afternoon to you, or good morning or good evening. I'm not sure what time of the world it is where you are. Welcome and thanks for joining the stream. I think I finally got to the bottom of my stream issues. I am late today, as I say. It was about 40 minutes fighting with the game, trying to open the game and my streaming software and YouTube in different ways. But I think I've figured out what the problem is now. I hope I have anyway, because the first thing I tried to do when I changed it, it worked. So I just need to make a wee note of that actually while I have it there. So yes, what else to say? If anybody else is here on the stream, please don't be afraid to say hello, drop in. Once I know there's more people here interested in listening to what I have to tell you, then I will get speaking about it. And until then, I will keep stumm. 16, actually, why are we attacking this when it's 23, guys? This is lower. Invariably, people don't really look to see where the lowest squad is. Yes, somebody else has cottoned on to it now. It's this one we need to be attacking, not this one. That's full health, nearly. Anywho, how are all you guys doing Monday, the start of the week? I hope you had a good weekend. And I hope you have not too bad or heavy a week ahead of you work-wise. What do we want to do? So we got the logos up. I probably could do a little bit more changing around. I would like to get A Day up a few levels. Or would I? Probably worthwhile. So let us just swap over here and push A Day in instead of logos. And then we shall do a little bit more attacking. So we're going to put the Zeus Lightning Artifact onto A Day, and we are going to kit her out. That's the next thing, of course, that's coming up around the corner, and that is Ragnarok. I hope you are all ready for Ragnarok. I may as well just use the rest of these. Yeah, so I need some better equipment in Ragnarok. That'll be the plan for that. Where are we here? Joshua Duggan. Hello, my friend. What a treat. I am new here. I decided to take the day off. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Garage, my first Olympus is G9. Not bad so far. Do T9 have different goals? Yeah, they're pretty They're pretty high for my goals. Let me just have a quick look at the ranking. Briareus. How many were there in total? Yeah, so I have to get up to a maximum of 969 million. And I'm just over a third of the way there. And that's T9. So basically, yes, they are way higher points than just having G9 and maybe M9. If you have S9 as well, they'll be higher again. I'm not sure if it splits from just G9 not having M9 and S9 to G9 and M9 and not having S9, or vice versa. So I'm not 100% sure, but that's my goals to complete this fully. And 969, 90, that's the last event. If I can't go into the other ones because unfortunately they're gone. But yeah, T9 basically is much higher because I know I was using my alt, my SK alt last night. I don't have G9 on it yet. I'm about halfway there. But yeah, the goals, I was able to get through them very, very quickly. So yeah, let us go in here. I don't understand why people are still attacking this. This is the weaker squad, guys. Anyway, let me just work out how many troops I need to take with me into the attack. Hugo, hello, my friend. I hope you are well today. Thanks for joining the stream. Joshua, what part of the world are you in? What kingdom are you in? Let me just do something else here for a second. I just want to check on a message here. I'll leave the screen up and I'll be still talking. Yes, what else do we do? Hello, what a treat. Yes, that's cool. Mr. Focus, I'm only playing the game 6 months. Your video is very helpful. Thanks from Ireland. Are you in Ireland as well, Mr. Focus? Or thanks to Ireland. Because I'm in Ireland as well, obviously. Good morning from K141. Pick a ball. How you doing? Welcome and thanks for joining the stream. Joshua, I'm still pretty new to the game. I'm a clan leader, been playing around 4 months, still learning. Our kingdom opened not long ago. K246. This was my first Olympus ever. It's good fun. It's a great event. It really is. And East Coast USA. Nice. Ireland Navan. Good stuff. Welcome to the stream and thanks for joining. We've a couple of Irish players now that I know of. Mr. Focus, myself, and Ado. She may be along today. She may be just watching in the background and saying nothing yet. Charlotte, North Carolina. Excellent. Thanks, Pickleball. Early in the morning for you. So yes, good for you to all drop in. Let me just do one thing very quickly here. I just want to answer a message and I will be back to select my troops, but I'm not going anywhere. Don't be afraid to keep the chat coming. It's a bit hard to multitask and type at the same time as speaking. I went with a slightly more chilled vibe with the music today. I might switch back to the rock when it bores me. Okay, my full undivided attention is back. Apologies for that. And we're back in the room. So yes, let me just work out. Carduras K351. K351, wow, are we all the way down there now? Okay, sure, let's check you out. Do a little search here. So we want K351. Wow, They just keep adding and adding and adding. Such a shame, really. There's so many kingdoms above that could be utilized by players. People should be given the opportunity to be able to go there. Actually, just before I find you, let me just send a quick attack in here. Let me just get rid of... Oh, this is going to mess everything up. Actually, no, let me put her back in. Let me just select her and let me go anyway. Might be too late, but let's see if I can get one hit in. Yeah, should be able to get one hit in. 13 seconds now, it'll be gone. Okay, let me go and find you and see where you are. Yeah, we sure do, Mr. Focus. We sure do. I missed that kill. 351, 276, and 840. So I assume if you're all the way down there, these coordinates do not belong to anybody. So you're not K351. Where did you say you were? I thought you said K246. No, that's K351. Yeah. Good morning, afternoon, evening to you all. Arky, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining, my friend. We're all moving tonight as we've been banned from this place due to bad clan members. Oh, really? Yeah. But it's not K351 then. Where are you? K251 maybe? Did you not say earlier on where you're from? You didn't know. 246 is Joshua. 273 is the newest. That's what I thought. 151. Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay. 151. And where's the rest? 276, 840. 276, 840. Okay. And there you are. So you're being bold there, are you? What's your clan? Legion of Sparta, 300. Ah, yes, I wasn't too far from you one stage. Well, actually, I'm not too far from you now. 140. Sure, you're only next door to us. 148. We're just above you, yes. And you have bad there. And why you are... Sorry, you're leaving because your clan was causing problems. Bad, I would have thought, would be the one causing problems. Well, tonight we've been banned from this place due to bad clan members. Oh, due to the BAD clan members. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know. They're the problem with a large clan when they move into a kingdom like that is they tend to take over everything as regards epics and citadels and crypts, and it's very hard to stay in a kingdom that has such a large clan in it. So yes, where have you decided where you're going to yet? Where else? What are we saying here? Joshua, just got my G4s. Good stuff. Spearman. When I started, I set my city up for the economy to help myself and my clan. Now I realize how important a good army is. Yes, very important. And as much a good army, it's also important to have your research done and the right buildings in to be able to build a large clan. To be able to build a large account and be able to do lots of attacks. So it is important to have your city set up right. Obviously, it's a delicate balancing act as well. You know, at this stage, it's all about silver and food and everything else. But the reality is you will never be able to make enough silver unless you have set your city up to be a silver making city, in which case you are missing out on all the possibilities to be able to make a large army. So yeah, it's a really, really fine balancing act to get everything just right. Yeah, you're like a couple of guys I know in K194. One of my other tier members, he set his clan up so as he could help all of those kind of learn and grow in the game. But unfortunately for him, he's got to the stage now where he's realized he has to do a lot more work on his own account. So yeah, it is very important for sure. Now let me just see if I can get these troops set up right to hit this Bray Area squad. When 246 opened, Oxide and GTO hit all our clans. And now that you mention that person's name. So, my plan was to interview Oxide on the channel. I don't have any issues with anybody unless I hear something to the latter. I was quite prepared and happy to have him on the channel. I think it would have been an interesting experience for people to hear a different way of playing the game. Okay, we all know there's many different ways to play this game. Some people like to be in a clan with lots of people from different parts of the world, as invariably you will end up with anyway, and they like to just be friends and have fun and have a chat and a laugh and get along and play the game aside from that. Okay, there are other people then who like to play the game and try and grow their account by spending as little money as they can. They will get maybe the likes of premium. They may get the speed up marches from attacking players, which I must admit I have to do a top up myself. There's a lot of things that they might want to do, but they want to build the account slowly. Then there are other players who maybe want to put more money in, can afford to spend more on their account, buy mercenaries, etc. And it's important for them to get into a really good clan and a working clan, as I've mentioned before. But there are also people in the game, and usually, in fact, I'd nearly say it's in the high 90s out of 100, those players who like to be outlaws. They like to cause trouble for clans and other players by attacking them outside of the row that a kingdom may have. ROE, rules of engagement. Most kingdoms have an ROE, and it's just setting out simple things like, it's just etiquette. It's etiquette for how people like to agree to play the game together. But in many cases, you will end up at some stage with an outlaw, one or two in your kingdom, and they will cause problems for many people. They will attack clan buildings. They will attack players within clans for no apparent reason. They will attack them when they're mining wellspring ruins or dragon mounds, and they will just like to cause consternation. People don't like outlaws invariably, but generally people who don't like outlaws are people who've never tried being an outlaw. It is kind of a nasty thing to do in the game, but the game has been set up in a way for lots of different players to be able to play it in whatever way they like. In the case of GTO, as you well know, they like to cause serious issues for clans and whole kingdoms because they are a large clan. They also have a couple of sister clans that aren't too different in one regard from a lot of the other big clans in other kingdoms that again would have sister clans, i.e. clans that they will feed players that are doing better into the top elite clan, and likewise players who in the elite clan aren't playing so well, and they may get bumped down, demoted into a lower clan. In the case of GTO have set themselves up to basically cause as much consternation in the game as possible. It is within their rights, i.e. within the gameplay rights to do so. There's no written rule or law to state that an outlaw clan can't form and can't do what they like to cause grief and problems in a kingdom. Usually it's fairly straightforward to circumvent, and you can leave a kingdom if you have an outlaw clan that moves in and is causing problems. As much and all it may cost a bit of gold to do so, you can move your whole clan or just move yourself to another kingdom and resettle again, get to know new people, and basically that's the way that you work in the game. In the case of GTO, they decided to be on K220. A large clan in the shape of GOD decided to move into K220 to teach them all a lesson. Basically, it ended up being who can piss higher in the tall grass. Excuse my colloquialism. It's just become basically a brawn versus brains episode. Look, large clans don't like outlaw clans, especially a large outlaw clan, because they're going to cause problems for them, because obviously an outlaw clan can reinforce all its players and they can go and attack. I just want to keep an eye on this epic squad. Sorry, they can go and attack and cause a lot of grief to a lot of players in the kingdom. I'll get back to the chat in a second. I'll catch up on everything. Anyway, I had a chat with Oxide, who is the leader of GTO clan, and I said I'd like to have him on just so as he can give his opinion and his idea as to what he's doing in the game. I'm just interested to know, is this just a rebellion against the game itself? I can't imagine it's a rebellion, or didn't start as a rebellion against clans, particular clans. He's a fairly big player himself. I think he's 1.3 or 1.4 billion, I think, might at the minute. So he has obviously spent a fair bit of time playing the game. He has obviously spent money on the game. What he likes to do with his money is up to him. He now has a band of outlaw players around him who have joined the clan, and I would just like to hear his opinion on the game. The reason the interview didn't go ahead, to cut a long story short, is I did receive some details and information that there were some serious anti-female vibes going on, some chats that were being construed as being sexist, misogynistic. I didn't see anything racist, but let's just say I'm not somebody who will speak with or give somebody a soapbox to stand on if they stand over that kind of carry on. Okay? I'm dead against that, and I will defend any females on my channel, on my Discord channel, etc. If I hear or find out of people that are being sexually explicit or causing grief for them, I will not have that anywhere on my channel. However, since the information that I was given has been looked into a little bit further, it has now come to light that, in fact, the players that were speaking to other females in a demeaning fashion are actually females themselves. There's two particular players. I won't name them here because I'm not giving them a soapbox to stand on. I'm not going to condone that kind of behavior. But this sheds a whole new light on the fact that I thought it was males being sexually explicit or chatting up or being inappropriate with females in the game. As it turns out now, it's the other way around, and it seems to me that GOD have given, and BAD have given as good as it gets to GTO. So that interview will be taking place. I hope to do it this weekend. I'll have to have a chat with him again. I want to just get a little bit more. He's sent me screenshots and he sent me proof, and that's how I know that this isn't a male versus female thing, and that there's females pretending to be males and pretending to basically cause grief for other people. So I will be going ahead with that interview. I think it'll be an interesting one. I would like to hear his point of view. I won't be discussing stuff that's gone on in that regard. I'm not getting into he said, she said, they did this first, I did that first. All I wanted was to get proof that this wasn't totally one-sided and it wasn't one person or one clan basically causing grief to people inside the game from a male versus female perspective. So hope that makes a little bit of sense. If I can copy and paste or put a note into the video for where I discuss this, I will do so. But that's the long and short of it. I'm just going to timestamp that just so as I can have a look back afterwards and we can make a point about that. So that is my plan for the channel. Somebody you may not be too happy to hear that I'm going to interview him. Some people may have been affected by him, etc., or his clan. But that is what I have seen happen in the game, and that's why I just want to get him on. I think it'll be an interesting interview. I'd be more than happy to interview somebody from BAD or from God, or whatever other clan that have had interaction with them and let their point come across. But I'm not going to turn it into they did this first and they said this to this lady first and they said this to this man first and this was said, you know, I'm not going to get into any of that. It's not going to be a slagging match. I just want to hear people's honest opinions about how to play the game. That's what this is all about. The game has got a lot of different ways to be able to be played. Back to the chat. Case 273 is the newest, I think, very possibly. In the upcoming Ancients, Pickleball Pal, what captains do you use in your queue if you don't have any Seasonal Kingdom captains? What is the best for VP? Okay, so Hercules is the best one to use. If you don't have Hercules or Cleopatra, then I would suggest you work on your Captain A-Day. Captain A-Day is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the better captains to use in the game, because she is going to give your guardsmen strength and health boost, again applicable to her level, all right, and how many stars she is up. Other than that, if you asked me what other captain to use, if you didn't have any of the legendary ones, I would probably go with maybe Captain Ingrid, because she gives a massive boost to your monster's strength and health. Always good to level her up. And after that, you can't go wrong really by not using, or by using Logos. Logos, again, he's a specialist. He's a captain, a rare captain, who is going to help you with your specialist strength. And as you grow in the game, you're going to use specialists more and more and more, and you're going to want to be able to attack other players. So he's definitely worth using. So the top two for me would be Captain A-Day, as you can see her there, and also Captain Logos. After that, probably Captain Ingrid. Obviously, you could use the event to also level up your Captain Carter. If you've looked at my channel and you've listened to some of the videos I've done, Carter is so important. He's not a fighting captain, but the time to level him up for sure is during the likes of that event where you can level him up. He's not worth leveling up during the Rise of Ancients, the Tin Man event, because the Tin Man needs to die. As we all know, he's so important to kill in the event. So I hope that helps a little bit. What is best for VP? Look, anything when you're attacking... oh, sorry, you did say Ancients. Apologies. I thought you were talking about Ragnarok. Yes. Just use Captain A-Day. Captain A-Day or Captain Logos, but do go with stacked attacks. Very important to have stacks in your attacks. That rhymes. Where else are we? 151. We got that up. Apologies for the delay in replying to you there, Pickleball Pal. When 246 Oxide, yeah, that's where I'm sitting. Oh, that's where you are, Joshua. Okay. Well, like I say, look, you can move, and the world is your oyster. Look, I have rehomed. That's probably the wrong term to use. I've helped a couple of players in the game rehouse themselves and move into better clans, and they have basically come on leaps and bounds. It is really all down to the player on a personal side. You have to want to grow in the game. If you don't want to grow and you just want to use it just as a game and not as a job, because it becomes a job in many cases. If you just want to grow and have a bit of fun in the game, get to meet new people, then just fit into any clan. You'll find friends there. You'll make friends with people all over the world in this game. It's truly remarkable in that regard, and people will chat, and at least having the opportunity there to be able to, even though the translator in the game isn't great, you can obviously see roughly what they're saying and have a bit of fun and shoot the breeze. Okay, that's what the game can be used for. But if you want to seriously grow your account in the game, you need to be in a good clan. You need to be in a clan, as I've said in Discord, you need to be in a clan that there are other players with similar mindsets to you and who want to grow their account the same way as you do. After that, there are many, many kingdoms in the game. As you can see, many clans, many different nationalities and different clans. There's some clans that are all French or all Polish or all English. I don't think there's any all Irish clans, but maybe that's something for the future. There's a lot of people, a lot of games like that, a lot of clans like that in the game. And it's just about you finding what suits you, your play style, and your goals and ambitions to grow in the game. Okay. Where where else are we? Fancy catching your stream for once. I watched every stream out. Bengan, thank you, my friend. I don't know what part of the world you're in, but thanks for joining today. We have a good few people on today, actually. This is all good. Hero, Meriones versus Haemon. Who is better in epic battles? Meriones is better in an epic battle that he is taking part, but only if you have him fitted with a full set of gear. Okay, so as you can see, I have him here. That gear doesn't help because it's only battle gear that is specific to him. So as you can see, Meriones increases stats from a full set of Meriones' equipment by 1.5 times. So if he has a full set of battle gear on, for example, there's a full set of battle gear, there's a full set of flying gear, he gives bonuses to a full set of that. If I had a full set of epic gear on there, again, he gives bonuses to that, but only when he is the one who's fighting in the battle. If it's not an epic squad that Meriones, that your hero has to take place in, then Haemon for definite is useful, especially when you have your clan bonuses active. So an army strength there of 25%, march speed bonus, troop training speed bonus, and food production speed or food production. If you used Haemon in that case, he basically is going to double the effectiveness of your clan bonuses. So if it's an epic that only your captains are attacking in, then definitely use Haemon, because his bonuses will take effect for your whole clan, for your whole city. Okay, so basically any of your captains, it's everything is doubled in that case. So hopefully that makes sense to you in that. Where else? I'm curious when a silver city is needed. I've stayed around 20 million silver for months now with clan chests and producing G3 troops pretty much 24/7 with Helen. You're doing fine, and with G3 you're not going to have a problem. You're really only going to see a need for silver when you hit probably G5, G6. You're going to be building bigger armies, you're going to be sending more stacks, you're going to need more silver. It's as simple as that. If I was to go and train enough army now to be able to attack an epic squad, I usually will try and train enough to be able to attack 10 to 12 times if it's a single captain or a single hero. If I'm sending 3 captains at a time, I will normally send enough or make enough for maybe 5 to 6 attacks. That's why it's important to get your hero up at a certain point in the game, which I may add I'm seriously lacking. I need to do a lot of work on him. I should really be getting him blue at this stage. So yeah, that is you're okay at the minute, but you will see your silver will start to slide. You're going to need more of it as you grow and you gain more troops in the game. Yeah, I heard they got spanked. They did indeed. That is correct, I do believe. Correct, it is. Most of my clan is females. They are good, smart players. There are a lot of females playing this game. A hell of a lot. There's people playing this game that I thought were males, and it turned out that they were females. Look, for whatever reason, they're right. They should keep to themselves. Look, it's like anything in life, okay? And I have seen this and heard it many a time. We have had females in clans for as long as I'm playing the game and before I played the game. They're lovely people, and they don't... God, I sound like Donald Trump there. They're lovely people, they really are. Look, the female are the fairer sex, okay? They're the clever ones, where we think we come at it from a different perspective. It's all bronze and no brains from us, and the ladies come at it from a totally different perspective to the way we do. But they can be as cutting as us fellas can sometimes. But as I say, I am taking out the misogyny. This game, it does not need it, okay? Everybody should be treated as a human being. I don't care for that kind of carry on, and I will not accept it ever in the game. Not in a clan I ever am a part of, and not in anything that I ever do as regards my my channel at my Discord server. I will stamp it out, and I will not have any time for anybody who I catch doing that. I don't know much, but they like to use all types of language. They do. And like I said, this has come to light that the person that we thought was sending a lot of this hate message to other females turns out is a female. And I have that on good authority. I have proof. I have photos. A friend of mine is an outlaw. I can see why people would be an outlaw. Yeah, look, it's a part of the game, Joshua. It's something that it's something that people like to do. It's a way to play the game. There's so many ways to play the game. It is what it is till it isn't. Garrett, does a Manitor or a Manitore, I don't care how we pronounce her name, give bonus in Briareus, or you're just leveling her up? Yeah, that's a good question. Well, look, no, she doesn't, to answer the question. Unless I was sending her in a group march, i.e. if we were doing raids, she's good in that. But no, I am just leveling her up. If we look at my clan, a lot of the guys here have a Manitor up to 420, 430, 450. I think somebody has her up to 487. So you can just imagine the bonus that she's giving in conjunction with every other player using her. If there was 5 of them on a march and they were all blue levels, then for sure she's going to give a massive bonus, and it will give huge VP and XP in attacks. So no, I am just leveling up. Joshua, sorry, I was responding as you were talking about the situation. That's okay, don't worry, my friend. I just went on a rant there and had to just get it out. Like I said, I'll try and catch up on all of the on the chat as I stop talking. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. I know there's a lot of people on here whose first language isn't English, and I apologize for that now. I'm an Irishman and I talk quite fast sometimes. It's hard even for people who do understand English to understand what I'm saying. Really, all of this should come with subtitles, but yeah, that's a whole other problem. Completely agree that ladies help a lot. They do, and they're the nicest people in the game. I've met a lot of very nice fellas in the game, but I've met very nice females. Helped out no end, and have helped clan members and all the rest of it. It's a game that, look, I've even known children playing this game. I remember back in the day we had a kid in our clan who was 11 years of age. Now I know he was 11 because he even ended up sharing his Facebook page and so you can just tell. I have grandchildren, I've had children. I know the way kids talk, and he was 100% legit. That's 5 years or 5.5 years ago now, but he didn't last too long, and he wasn't paying for anything. He didn't buy any packs, and he was just trying to get on in the game without spending anything, basically. The reason I'm building silver now is because the troop training time is long enough. I can't imagine what it would be like with higher G troops. See, this is the thing, JQ. We'll call you JQ. Then I won't have to get messed up with trying to pronounce your username. You have to take like with like, okay? So, for example, there would be no point in me moving to a small clan because, well, it would be beneficial to the small clan, but it wouldn't be beneficial to me. So for me to grow and continue playing on an account that's 1 billion plus might, I need 1 billion plus might players around me because everybody supports each other. The gifts and prizes you get from epics are all pertinent to the size that your accounts are in a large clan. So when you're able to kill 10 men of 150, level 150 plus, your prizes and gifts from those are going to be the same, are going to be big because of the size that your account is. In a lower clan where you're not able to kill, if you're in the 100 million might mark or 200 or 300 million might, and you're in a clan with other similar players of similar might, again, the gifts that you get from those won't be anywhere near the gifts that you get from the levels that we're killing, but you won't be able to kill above a certain level. So it is important in in stages of the game that you do need to leave a clan as much and all as you're pulling yourself away from people you've made friends with. but they may not be driving their account as hard as you're driving yours, and you just need to move. If you don't move, you just get stuck. You're not getting the benefits or the gifts that you could from being in a clan where you're all on a par and you're all similar might levels, if that makes sense. I caught on early, it's better to build max barracks. It is, yeah. Silver really should be something that you're only doing as an aside. When you get to a certain stage of the game, you really do need to have not necessarily a silver creating account, but to have an account, a small account that you can put silver into. So when it comes to the stage where you're attacking off kingdom using Hero Aaron, and you're attacking other players in other kingdoms and you're stealing their silver, you won't always be able to just make troops with silver. If you got a lot of silver, for example, maybe you got a couple of 100 million silver in an attack, you won't be able to spend all of that silver and make troops right there and then. So it's beneficial for you to have a smaller city that's constantly shielded, and you can then send all of the silver to that city. That gets it out of your city, and then it's protected until you need it, for example. So that is useful in the game. I know people have said to me, what's the point in having a bank and all this, that, the other. You will get to a stage again where you're a high level and you're in a very successful and well-worked clan, and they will have a bank that they will be able to take silver from you in situations like that and put it into the bank, and then when you need the silver, you'll be able to withdraw it from the bank by attacking, etc., etc. It's not something you need to worry about until you get to I would probably say anything over half a billion might. At that stage, you should be in a clan that definitely has a good banking system. Joshua again, I have made a lot of friends in bigger clans and they do give me good advice. Well, that's all important too. It's all about people who help people out in the game, and that's, as I say, that's why I'm here. Romano, welcome and thanks for joining the stream. I can please give me advice how to get Ragnarok armor, the godlike one. I am at G8. It's as simple as this, my friend. You just have to keep attacking. You will not get your Ragnarok gear unless you are attacking hard all the time. You can see here I've got 218 million to spend in the shop. The plan is that's for the Fenrir gear. I do have 3 sets or 3 pieces of each of these, so at the next Ragnarok I'm going to get 1 piece of each and I'll be able to make a godlike piece of equipment. But as you can see there, I have the plan is to get as much godlike equipment as I can this time. If I can't afford to get the godlike, I will normally stack out the lower levels. So for example, now I could buy 3 pieces of each of those, okay, and then when I get the next Ragnarok starts, which is tonight, this afternoon, today, I can then get another piece of that, and that would make 1 red piece of equipment. It does work out a little bit cheaper to do it that way, but you do have to wait because the maximum you can get is 3 pieces of each Ragnarok event. So really, to get your answer to your question is you just got to keep attacking. There's a lot of players who will save their silver and their gold. They wouldn't normally save it, but because Olympus has run so close to Ragnarok, it's getting to the stage now where people have had to spend a lot or put a lot of time and points into Olympus to try and get their clan to win. So they're going to be probably tight for dragon coins maybe, or silver to be able to build troops, unless again you're in a massive clan and you have that backing. So yeah, that's really the only way. You can just work. It's the only way that you're going to get your good gear. I just dropped your live stream in our Discord, in general Discord. Great, thanks a million. Hopefully we'll get some new players on here. Story of my life, it's pronounced Kais. Kais, very good. Okay, Kais, J. Kais. With gifts, you mean speed ups to train troops fast? No, with gifts, I mean chests. So basically, we've got 349 clan chests here. If I click on them and you go into gifts, you can see here all of these. So when I open a chest, this is the gift I mean. In this case, I got a 7-day speed up. For this, I got 3 50% speed ups. they're the gifts I'm talking about specifically. So if I claim all the chests there, I've got another nearly 500 million gold. 500,000 gold. And they're all the gifts I'm talking about. So the gifts that we get from opening chests, clan chests, etc., etc. Okay, they're the gifts specifically that I'm speaking about. Do red and below so you have a chance to get extra when combining. Yeah, I've done that, Ibrahim, and that is the plan, and that's why I just mentioned it there, that it is worthwhile trying to use lower gems when you are trying to create gear. But I'm just pushing hard. I want to push hard now for the godlike. I want to have at least a full set. I'm nearly there anyway, because I think I have two on Herc, and I need to get rid of some of the orange ones that aren't so good. Which reminds me, actually, I will get, so I'll get some dismantling. I think I'm out on one of these. Yeah, so that's going to be repairable soon. Actually, there's only two pieces left in that. When I dismantle it, I'll obviously get an orange piece. So yeah, that's a fair point. I could do that. But yeah, it's all about, if you're going to spend a lot and push hard on Ragnarok, you're probably better off trying to get at least red, or more to the point, you're trying to get at least orange, I suppose. Yeah, at least orange, or if you have to go a little bit lower, depending on what your might level is. Yeah, I did make the point. Let me just take a quick sip of water. No wine today, unfortunately. Sniffle, sniffle. Okay, so what else? How so extra? Hope I answered your question in regard to that. If not, ask me again. Joshua, in your opinion, what captains would you get their stars up first? Been trying to max out Carter to bring in good chests from people. Yeah, Carter 100%. After that, depending on whether you have got any of the legendary captains in the game, as I just mentioned already, you can't really go far wrong by getting 80 starred up. If you have, obviously Hercules is not going to be somebody you're going to star up, because it's going to cost big bucks to do that, so he's out. Basically any of the captains that you can get fragments for in the summoning circle. So forget about Helen as well. Obviously she's important to star up. She's a long way off being fully starred for me. Obviously I have the Essence of Immortals for her, but I don't have the fragments, so she will be important for me to star up. But really, if early on in the game, it's important to star up the ones that are going to you're basically your battle captains. So any captains that you're going to use against epics, anything you're going to use in attacks. If you're playing against players, it's worthwhile obviously working on Logos and starring him up where possible. But yeah, the number one for me, and the number one for everybody bar their attacking captain that they used in Seasonal Kingdom, which was a prime example of when you're really trying fast to level up important captains. Carter was one and Cleopatra was the other, until people got to a stage where they could choose Beowulf or Skadi, and then they worked obviously on them. But for just normal gameplay, forgetting about Seasonal Kingdom and forgetting about purchasing Hercules, Cleopatra as well, obviously you're going to be able to get her, if you can get her from the summoning circle, then she's definitely worth leveling up, because she gives a massive strength strength to your army, your whole army, dependent on her level. So stars are one thing, but leveling them up obviously benefits you as well. But yeah, Carter, A-Day and Cleopatra, and then Logos for me would be the important ones. I know people might say go and star up Doria. If you go and have a look at the videos I did, I know I have her up at 270. Go and have a look at the videos I did regarding Doria. I would not have spent as much time on her had I known what I knew was coming in the game in the form of Cleopatra and stronger fighting captains. But you just don't know what's around the corner. Like, I did the work on Doria way back in the day, when there wasn't the strong captains that there are now. It was back when A-Day was the strongest captain. Doria was the only captain. It's only the legendary captains and epic captains that came on board later in the game. Back to the chat. I'm a serial mover. I can't trust anyone with my silver. Yeah, no, I know. You're welcome, Romano. Thank you, sir. Libertarian, I'm 1 million might G3. Approximately when will I get the chance to hire Helen? Helen really is only, you can only get her through the through Union of Triumph. So that's basically where you're going to get the fragments for Helen, as you can see in there. I don't think there's anywhere else you can get fragments for Helen in the game. You can't purchase them, I don't think. Is that correct? Am I right in saying that? Let me just take this and do a little bit of helping here. Kind of running out of time here on Briareus squad. Sorry, I was away from the mic there. Yes, it could be a while, my friend, before you can get anywhere near Helen, but it's just a case of getting the fragments as often as you can. Let me just see if there is another Briareus here. Yeah, there is. So let's go and do a little bit more attacking. Now, I didn't change the gear over, so I might just do that now, depending on the level she is. 13. I just want to see what this comes down by. Okay, it's coming down quite fast. I won't have time to work out the troops that I need to do, so I may just go with what I have available to me. I'm going to be nearly out of mercs, but we're okay. We're coming into the Tin Man event. Why have I now lost these? No wonder my hit wasn't good last time. Okay, let's switch back because I want to get the last few hits on this. And I'm going to do it with Logos because that's what I used a minute ago. Give him Zeus Lightning Artifact and give him the... I want to get rid of that. And that doesn't have an enchantment. That doesn't have an enchantment. And that does. So let's put that in. And that's going to be gone in a minute. Don't mind me talking to myself. And let's give it a go. Let's make sure we have all relevant boosts still on. We still have clan. Okay. Off we go. Now, why has it done that again? Oh, that's because I attacked with A-Day. Oh, no. Okay, I'll just have to wait for the next one. So let's go back in and let's switch to A-Day. Now that I can. Unequip and take off all his armor, switch him back to that, move him out, and let's bring A-Day back in, and let's give her the Zeus Lightning Artifact. And let's give her the same set of gear. You can have that, you can have that. And what do we say, this one here? And now I have to go back in, and this is not going to work, but let's give it a try. So 517, let me have a quick look here. Which one am I going to? Monitor, I had this set out earlier on. 300, was it 5? No, that's not the one, latest. Sorry, I'm just referencing my calculator here so as I can work this out. 517, so we're probably up near 1,000. Not quite. 850. No, 800. 780. Nearly 770. In case you wonder what I'm doing, I'm just working out how many I can carry troop-wise. Okay, so that is 515, 517. Oh no, she's not selected. Yeah, she is selected. Really? 515? I thought it was more than that. Okay, let's just work these out again. So 770. I might not get time to put this all in. And I don't want Neve coming in now shouting at me, telling me, oh no, hold on a minute. That's not even the right one. I'm in the wrong page. I was thinking something was wrong there. Okay, so 527, 517. I'm definitely going to lose out here. 508, 1120. Okay, 1115. Okay. Let's see what's left on this. He is nearly dead. I might just throw... I don't like to do this, but let's just throw in a few of these just to get an attack before it dies. I know this is going to throw all my things out of kilter, and I probably won't even get to hit this before it dies. All that for nout. Okay, where are we here? Back to the chat. Doria is my best fighter currently. Then Cleo, amen. And I do have Helen. Tell me what I should do. Okay, go and watch my video about Captain Doria and stop using her. Captain Doria, without going into too much repetition, okay, Captain Doria is a one-trick pony. And what I mean by that is she is only giving you a boost in valor points if she lives, first off. So if you're using Captain Doria against epics, you're gaining nothing by leveling her up. And there is no point in leveling her up. In my opinion, you are much better off using your attacking captains that are actually going to benefit you something in the game. And by that, I mean, if you attack with Captain A-Day, regardless of whether she lives or dies, she gives your guardsmen a strength boost and a health boost. Okay? If you use Captain Doria, for example, as you can see, she will only give you those after victory. In other words, she has to live. She has to win the battle. She does give you, I understand, a boost if she's fully starred of plus 35% to valor points. Plus, obviously, whatever boost you're getting from her star level, in this case 35% because she's fully starred at 7. But as I say, the only reason mine is so high is because I used her back way before new captains were invented in the game. And there was no such thing as Captain Cleo back then. There was no such thing as Beowulf. There's no such thing as Skadi. So she was important back then to try and drive valor points. Now you want to drive valor points using the fighting captains. And again, as I say, they are ones that are giving your army a boost. Forget about Captain Doria. Doria is not worth her purpose in the game, in my honest opinion. So forget about her, get rid of her, do not use her anymore, set her in the corner, let her gather cobwebs and dust. honestly, go and look at my Doria video, search the channel, it's on there. Excuse my newbie experience, can you give a synopsis of what happens when you get to G4 and have access to artifact keys? What they are, what they do, what you have access to, etc., etc. Yeah, just very briefly, I'll go into my city here. So once you have artifact keys, you come to your summoning circle, okay? You will see here currently as you only have your captain summon, and obviously there you have your scrolls and you can use them to summon captains or fragments, captain fragments. You will also then get this artifact summon, and when you click on it, it gives you your keys option here. So you will gain keys. Some people say to save it up until you have 10 keys at a time and only open 10 at a time. Other people say it makes no difference at all. You can summon 1 at a time and you get the exact same amount for 10 keys as you would for summoning 10 at the same time. the jury is still out on that. We don't know whether that's true or an urban myth. So that basically is what will happen. You will click summon. It will basically, I don't have any there to show you. You'll click summon. In fact, I will show you. Give me 1 second, because I think I have some of the store here. I'll take one key, especially for you. And we will go back here to the summoning circle and we'll click artifact summon. So you can see here I have a key. All right. If I click on summon, one key, I can't summon 10 because I only have one. So if I click on summon, this chest will jump up and down and it will turn one of 4 colors. Gray, which will be useless. You basically don't get much for that. Purple, which will be slightly better, or gold, which will be the best. So let's click on summon and see what happens. Okay, that's basically the worst one. So I just used a key, and as you can see, I got some useless lumber, some useless silver. Well, I won't say silver is useless. 3 1-hour speed ups and 300 artifact experience points. That's basically crap. The reason for doing 10 keys at a time is usually you won't get the lowest level chest that just opened there. You will get either a purple one or a gold one, and the rewards inside that chest are far better than basically what I got. So that's what you do. That's how you get your keys, and you can get basically artifact pieces, you can get silver, you can get gold, and you can also get fragments for the artifacts that you have to be able to upgrade them and level them up. So in short, that's what that does. Carter is my highest captain. Do speeding so much time on him? Yeah, spending so much time on him. Yes, definitely. Carter is the most important captain when you are low level in the game, for sure. Did you see the new artifacts for the epic monsters? I did, and I cannot wait to get them. Burning up his abacus. Gotcha, 10-4. I thought those keys were for mimic chests. No, they're not. They are for your artifact summoning. What was I going to do there actually? Yeah, so the 2 new artifacts in the game that haven't come on board yet because they're going to be involved in a new tournament are this one here, the Ghost Flame Lantern, which will give you a boost to your attacks against epic monsters in the game. So the second people get these, they're going to spend a lot of time and a lot of money on them, I have no doubt. It will be very useful. It will probably see me stop using Zeus Lightning when I get to a certain point, but to begin with, I'll probably use it in tandem with maybe a 3 captain attack, or maybe against Shadow Invasion as well. Could do it for that. And the other one then is going to be something that will work alongside of Helen, or if you don't have Helen, you'll be able to get this, the chronoglyph. And basically it's going to boost what Helen boosts: troop training speed and food production. Again, this is something that's going to be really beneficial to the bigger players in the game. Obviously it will help everybody, but the bigger players in the game will push the stars on this and push its level up as much as possible, because it's going to make a massive difference to the amount of food that you create and will stop you from going into the red when you're training a lot of troops. So that will be very beneficial in the game. Again, mostly to bigger players, to be honest. How are we doing now, my friends? Yes, all good so far. Don't be afraid to hit the like button, please. Give me a heart or 2. It all just means that when people come on and see the stream, they see that we did get a little bit of likes and appreciation for the video today. Okay, let's go back in here again, and I'll see if I can find a Briareus squad and we can do some final attacks on it, just to get the last few bits of points. And let me just set this up properly this time. So I did just throw them in anyway, and I'm sure that stacking wasn't done properly. So let me do it correctly this time, and then I can have it right. And just referencing my, actually I didn't want to do that, calculator here, 517 we want this to, so we can probably go to 1118. Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to just select a few troops here and go and hit this squad again. Basically, I'm using the troop calculator that you can get from me online, and got it from Jedi Tuco, our leader here in Hype. Again, a big shout out to you, my friend. Much appreciate you and the use of this calculator for everybody on my channel. It is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best calculator in the game, bar none. The calculations are perfect, and even though it takes a little bit of time to set up, it is very straightforward to use once that has been done. I could be copying and pasting here, of course, couldn't I? No, don't do that. No. Control Z. No, what did I do? Okay. Click once. Control C. Click once. Control V. Easy, really. Yes, so like I say, I am just using this calculator just to calculate the troops I need to send into battle. Actually, that's right. Control V. And then we want Control C. Control V. Oh, let's change the music a little bit in this. Let's bring back a little bit of rock. It was nice and mellow, that, but I think we need something a little bit more jazzy, wouldn't you say? And now I've lost my window. Where are we there? Okay, 2021, 22, 21. No, that's not letting me. Why is that? Because I have too many selected. No, it's 221. 221. There you go. And then I just do it old style. 22020. And 22381. Melee 22423. 23429. 23471. The thing about this is once I've put them in once and I don't let the troops run down and attack with less than the number that I have, then they will always be correct. The number will remain the same every time I attack. No, that's not right. It's 40463. That's 40421. That's 40463. That is 44019, nearly there, and 44061. And then I'll just fill up the leadership with a splattering of G7s. So that should be me good to go. Start march. Okay, and back to the live stream. So let me just minimize this a tad. There we go. Put that up there. Sorry, just changing a few bits of my screen here. There we go. Okay. How are we doing? 21.3. Let's just speed this march up. And let me just see again where we are. What have we left now? 3 hours. How are we doing? 51.9. Yeah, so we have this wrapped up in the bag, so to speak. Our clan rewards will be quite substantial. We share out amongst ourselves some of the Olympus clan, the Olympus fragments for the Torch of Olympus, and some DCs. And the clan members who achieve first place in the tournament receive a proof of victory, thereby increasing the Olympian bonus from the battle pass for future runs of the tournament. Not sure how much that increases by. Anyone wants to tell me if they know, I'd be happy to hear. What did you just do? I had to walk away for a second. Troop stacking. Yes, basically, Joshua, troop stacking. So I have a troop calculator, and my troop calculator gives me an exact amount to be able to attack with to make my troops die in a particular order. And that order is that your specialists become the meat shields and they die first. So if you have, well, actually in this case they didn't, but that's because I used A day and I didn't change my stats, so we won't worry about that. But basically, yes, it's troop stacking. It is very useful and very important to do for sure, and will help you get the most out of every attack that you do if you do proper troop stacking. Basically, the idea in a nutshell is for you to attack with specialists and guardsmen and monsters and mercenaries. And if you do all of those and you stack them correctly, then the order in which they hit means that your mercenaries and monsters will be the last ones to die. Your guardsmen will be the last one to die in certain orders, and your specialists will be the first ones to die. Hence, you will get more out of your attack, and that's what it is all about when you're attacking epic monsters in the game. Okay, so we're down to the last use for this piece of equipment because it is going to be dead after this final attack. Thanks to everyone who joined the stream today, by the way. Appreciate you very much, and thanks for asking all the questions. It's all important. Questions asking are very useful because everybody can learn from a question. Hell, even I've learned from questions. Okay, so we're doing good. We've leveled up the captains a little bit more. We will continue to do a few more hits using gold to revive, as you can see. Excuse me, but the only reason I'm doing that is I do have some spare. Okay, so before we dismantle this, let us remove that. I can't, unfortunately, remove this enchantment, which is really, really annoying because it was giving me a nice 15% boost to epics. But I can dismantle it, and that's what I will do. Dismantle. And I will get one fragment from it being dismantled. And now I can put in another piece of gear. And that is still a good few left. How are we for army strength? It could increase my guardsmen's strength, but I need to really change that. What will I do? I suppose actually I could switch right down to the purple gear. I may as well because I have some of this left. Get that back. Let's take that off. And let's switch that back on. I know this is dropping down my my overall strength, but I want to use these in the order so as they're not going to get wasted. Yes, where are we? Where do you get the gem for epic monsters? I.e. the enchantments for epic monsters, yeah. I don't know where I got it. That's being quite honest with you. It was somewhere in the game. I know you can't get it anymore. I actually cannot remember where I got that from. It must have been a mini event or an event on a long time ago, but it's really annoying that that nobody can take enchantments off. You can take gems off. Why they deemed it necessary. Thanks, Total Battle, you useless shower of gits, for not letting us take enchantments off, because if you could, it means you could obviously save them till next time. So yeah, it is pretty annoying that, and when it goes, that's it. You just can't do it. But look, we get enchantments now through the Trials of Olympus. In the Lava Fountain event, you obviously get a lot of those, and it is beneficial to work through them, because obviously when it comes into Forge and the workshop and you go to your enchantments, you can see these enchantments were never leveled up as high as they are, only for that event that now gives them. So I do have a lot of enchantments here, of ones I won't ever use. Again, like the likes of building construction enchantment, I'm never going to put that into gear again, because I've done all the building. The tar ones I will never use again, but they're useless basically. Again, they're not something that you can remove or delete, or as like gems. In case you weren't aware, I did a video on this as well. When you go into your gems, you can disenchant gems. And by that, I mean you go in and use ones that you're not going to use. For example, the health of my mounted units, I can disenchant them. And if I disenchant them, I will get 10,500 per gem for disenchanting. And then I can use that 10,500 to create another gem. And when you're creating another gem, never create a gem craft. Never craft a high level gem. You're better off crafting the low level ones, because you can get so many more for them, than trying to create a high level one which costs too much. And there's a possibility, obviously, each time you combine gems, you can basically get more gems. So for example, if I was to craft all of these, 80 divided by 21,000, I'd get a couple of hundred of them. And when I then combine them to the next level, I will get a few more free. So it's definitely worth your while checking out my gems video again. It is there somewhere. Somebody off Kingdom is coming now to have a go at our epic squad. I think it's the same fella that was trying earlier on. He failed miserably 6 times. There he is marching. It is one of the gun members, Valkyrie. It's their leader, 1.37 billion. He's going to have it fairly low, obviously, to be able to take it out. As you can see there, he's marching very slowly at the moment. Marching across the water all the way to our epic squad. Not this one, the other one. 26. Did we actually get it? No, because that's not the one he's marching to. Where's the other one? This one here, yeah. So yes, it's time for us to kill. Oops. It's okay. Question, can we save enchantments? No, you can't. They're not like gems, unfortunately. As I just said, it is not possible to. Joshua, we are getting ready to move, so I don't mind showing you guys. He's not going to take out 11.5 trillion. That wasn't him, actually. Okay, so we have to just keep very close eye on this. And we need to kill this before it gets stolen. I'll check out your coordinates now in a second. I just don't want to lose out on this epic. Actually, they shouldn't have changed. 20, how are we on the rest of them? Yeah, we're all out of mercenaries now, unfortunately. I'll be 3 stacks shortly, and I've no doubt Valkyria, or whatever his name is hot-footing it. But we need to try and get our attacks to all land at the same time, because we don't want to lose this. It's one thing losing it to another clan in Kingdom. We sure as hell don't want to lose it to another clan out of the Kingdom. But we seem to be a little bit all over the place at the minute. So come on, guys, let's get our act together here and take this kill. Coming down at 1 trillion a time. We should be good to take this. Here we go for clan members. And yes, this should be ours. Indeed it was. Gifts. Yep, we got it. And there's another 386 million in the war chest. Okay, so where were we? One day I want to be able to kill epics. Yeah, it'll be a while. I do kill the odd few now and again, but usually it's only Doomsday, and I did kill a few of the Chimera squads, but I was in one of the smaller clans here at the time, and we kept poaching them from the clan I'm in now. Hype would kill the majority of epics in our kingdom. How are we now? 52 million. So yeah, we have this event won. I could still do with getting a few more points myself. So we will keep on hitting. We will hit until we can hit no more. Once more onto the breach. Okay, and let me just see if we can. In fact, I should really swap those over, because they will definitely help her instead of using that. Okay, and then we want to repair that. I really shouldn't have that in there if I'm trying to go for kills, actually. Yay, so I managed to get a little bit of work done on my factions, did I? Yes, indeed. So army health and health against other players and dominance is only going to go up a little bit. Okay, so that did make... Health is no use to me really, not when we're attacking epics, as you all know well at this stage. When you're attacking epics, you're going to die anyway, so there's no point in having a lot of use on health. Let's take that out and just swap it with this instead. Just to give him a better pack, a better punch. That's crazy. Yes, that is crazy for sure. Okay, let me go and do a couple more attacks on this before I log off for today. So you all know now, and anybody who doesn't know can listen to it afterwards. As I said, the plan is to interview Oxide this weekend. That is what I am hoping to do. And anybody who'd like to join in and maybe ask any questions, it's going to be, it won't just be an open YouTube video. I'm going to make it for members only, because it will be a perk for anybody who is a member on the Discord server. So if you have people who are interested in hearing that interview, then by all means tell them to come and join Total Battle Complete Guides Discord server, because that is the only way you're going to know that the video is on. It will be a private video. I will put the link to the stream in the Discord server, and anybody who wants to ask any questions, I'll manage to ask most of myself. I suppose wanted to see what his thoughts are and what his plans are for the future, and why he decided to be an outlaw and create an outlaw clan. It'll be good fun. I think anybody who has any questions, most of the questions will be asked or answered on the day. But like I say, if you have anything to ask, by all means, drop into the Discord server. I won't take questions from the YouTube video. If you want to be part of this, that's where all of the content is going to be happening from now on. We're getting to the point where the channel has grown really well. I do have a lot of people who come on to the live stream, and the vast majority of those people are members on Discord. So from now on and very soon on, it will only be Discord members who will get privileged shows or views of the live stream videos. It won't be open to just Joe Public anymore. I went back over the stream and I had a look and saw that there was a lot of people who kind of just pop in, and I get the viewers there. I can see concurrent viewers, and people who wouldn't necessarily be speaking in the chat aren't even people who are interested in the stream. They just have it on in the background. Maybe they're learning stuff as we go, and maybe they're shy and don't like to ask questions, and I totally get that. But moving forward, it will be only stream members, only Discord members who will be allowed access to the live streams. So that is what is going to be happening in the future on the video itself. We have enough people here now, and enough friendly and large members. Some of the admins, a couple of my admin team, are also members of large accounts, and they have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, a wealth of experience, in fact, in playing the game as I have, and they are there to help. They're there to help you guys. So it is important, obviously, for me and the channel, that people who come on and ask questions are those who are there to help others out. You know, it's all about helping each other. If I miss a question there on the chat, and somebody there knows the answer because they've been here before and got my opinion on what works and what doesn't work, I'm all for people jumping in and give answers. And by the way, I finished M9E9, so S9 is next. How high should my captains be so as to start the solo CP runs? Did I save one of my attacks? Yeah, so just to give you an idea, Garrett, there is one of my friends. He's one of the tier members as well on the channel, and that is the levels he has his captains and hero at the minute, and the army that he sent in against my 25,000 Koraks. I think we're actually up to 31 or 32,000 now, because his losses were quite low, and that's kind of a breakdown. That's what he was losing each time in battle against my Koraks. You can see the health that they are there, 5,119.5% health boost. So they're fairly healthy birds, nowhere near as healthy as some of the other birds in the game that other players are using. But that's basically a stack of what he was sending in an attack against me just using Koraks there. And as you can see, he was basically just losing some of his specialists and some of his mounted guardsmen, specialist melee. And that's his captain sizes and hero size. So look, the higher you can get them, the better. But S9 is going to be just a long road. It is what it is. Why am I still marching slowly? Forgot to speed up. To answer your question, Joshua, Discord channel, I'll give you a link to it now, my friend. Let me just pull up and give you a link to follow, and paste it there. There you go. Just click on that, and I will add you when I see you. In fact, I think you can just add yourself now. I've given you the link there, so it's straightforward enough to do that. Okay, running out of silver here. Revive. And here we have our friend from the next kingdom again, Red Line. He's really trying so hard to steal a Borearia squad from us. 10.6. Okay, let's try get this again. You're welcome. I look forward to seeing you on there. Okay, let's line up our attack because we want to try and get this squad. I think I'm going to use a portal actually. It's okay, we have a portal ready. Oh yeah, of course I don't have fast speed ups. Forgot about that. So I'm not even going to get a look in here. Have to remember to get that. Did we get it? Or did we not? Yes, we did. Okay. That's all that's important. Once we get the squad. Okay. Ah, you're late. Thanks for coming. Bye. Thanks. I'll try between 300 and 330. I mean, look, you can start at any time. Obviously, one of the big things as well during CP runs, you are going to level up. Your captains will level up and your hero will level up, especially if you're attacking high-level birds. So, you know, don't worry too much. You'll get there. Obviously, it just means that the higher your captains are, the more army you can take in battle. They can the person who's giving you the CP runs can obviously reduce the numbers of birds they're going to send that you're going to attack, and as such you will basically just get less CP, but it's not the end of the world. And each time you level up, you'll be able to kill a few more. So just work up to it, Gara. I wouldn't worry too much about being straight on top of it immediately. I'll pop in and say hi when stream is over. That's no problem at all. Okay, where is our next one? 473. Let's do a little bit more attacking. I didn't look actually at my last. Oh yeah, that's because I didn't hit it. 127. Okay, so we are up a little bit from 1.11, 1.2. These are all 4 stacks. 1.2, 2.24 on a 3 stack. That was a good hit actually. And that I think wasn't even with the full complement. If I remember rightly, I didn't get the troop set up there. So yeah, 2.2 would be pretty good. Okay. Thanks for all your help. I'm a small player and everything helps. Absolutely. And that's what I'm here for. That was the whole idea of the channel. That's why I set out to do what I do. My game playing now is a lot less. I know I'm back in Hype Clan again, and there is a lot of work. Crikey, it's like a job at the best of times because there's a lot of work involved. You're having to spend a lot of time online. But yeah, I just try and take a back seat a little bit more and just give myself more time to be able to help people out and just help people kind of get over the possible pitfalls in the game. I know there's other people do streams as well, and some of them do very good streams and about Total Battle Game, and some do streams that kind of are telling people to do things that maybe aren't quite correct, and they're selecting troops just to hit epics when they're not really stacking correctly, and they could be gaining a lot more out of them. But I won't knock anybody who comes online and streams to players to try and help them in the game. It's all good, okay? Sometimes no information is only bad information is what am I trying to say? Sometimes all information is good information, whether it be bad or otherwise. Where are we? Pop in. Thanks for your help. Running a small clan is hard. I couldn't imagine running a big one. No, neither could I. And I'm only here to help. I wouldn't dream of getting involved in running a big clan nowadays because it's a lot of work. And when you are part of a clan that is 111 billion might and over 8 billion wealth, there is a lot to do, and you really have to try and keep a lot of people in line. You have to keep them all working, because sometimes people are happy to just sit, for example, and wait for an epic to hit 3 stacks before they start to hit it. And that's good for them because they're going to get extra VP, but somebody has to hit that to get it to that point. So you've got to all take the hit sometimes. Everybody has to do their part. It's not about just lining up and hitting a 1 stack, a 3 stack or 2 stack epic and getting the kill. Yeah, sure, it's nice and you're getting more valor points, but somebody is doing the work ahead of you, and it's not fair, it's not right for that to happen. This is what I say when it comes to working clans. It has got to be a two-way street. Everybody has to do their work. Like this, for example, I'm burning gold at the minute. I've gone through 7 million in gold, but it's all about the clan getting the chest. Because I know when I log off that they'll be working for me while I sleep at night, and they're on the different time zone. So I'm working for them now so they can work for me when I'm sleeping. It's important. Cooperation. Plus, obviously, I'm benefiting from every attack I do now. I'm leveling up my my captains a little bit more, and that's going to be beneficial, obviously, all the way through in the game. Why did they not... I thought I revived. Yes. So yeah, obviously leveling up your captains is really important, and the only way you're going to do that is by attacking epic squads. And if you wait all the time for the epic squad to go down to 3 stacks or 2 stacks, you're never going to level up your captains. You've got to be hitting these things when they are 4 stacks. Does Epic Gear work on Tin Man? Yes, Pete, it does indeed, and thank you for joining the chat and asking the question. Epic Gear works on any epics. Rise of Ancient is an epic. It's an epic squad. How are we doing now on attacks? 1.36, 1.34, 1.47, 1.37. They're all fairly similar. And we're getting it low again. I'll change that in a minute. Excuse me. Starting to run out of mercs. I've nearly gone out of everything now, so I'm just hitting really with my monsters on my silver troops. In fact, I do need to train some monsters now in a minute. Okay, I am going to just mute my stream for a second because I need to check something out. Give me 1 second, please, guys. I won't be gone far away. I am still here. I just want to mute the channel just for a second. I just want to listen to a voice message here. Sorry, guys. And I'm back. Okay, I'm going to run this down now, and we're going to finish the stream up in the next few minutes. Did we get that one again? I missed that actual kill. Yes, we did. Good, good, good. Yes, so look, that hopefully there's been some interesting stuff on the stream today, and I hope it has made you a little bit more interested. For the new people who came on today, at least you have a little bit of an idea of what I am about and what I do around here, what I try to do. This stream time actually worked quite well. I was getting into the habit of trying to leave streams until Saturday, and Saturdays are kind of awkward for me too. But the midweek stream or the midday stream kind of works. So I might try and do another stream maybe later on the week, maybe Thursday or Friday, again around this same time, maybe from 1 p.m. GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, for maybe 2.5 to 3 hours. Maybe a little bit shorter. I don't want it dragging on for nothing. But the plan for the mainstream, for the interview stream, will definitely be over the weekend, and I have to try and work around him as well, because I know he's in the US. I'm not sure exactly where, but I will try and run that into his time zone as well. So yeah, I think that's probably a good place to leave it for today by answering a last question to Joshua. Sajumi, hi, welcome back. I'm just about to log off, my friend. You missed it, I'm afraid, but you can watch it afterwards. You have a question. Have you moved all the clan buildings in Capital before? This will be my first time. I haven't found any YouTube videos how to do it. No, I haven't. I personally haven't done it. I've been in a clan that has done it. But if you want to ask that question, there are some very knowledgeable members, namely my admin team, Princess and Neve. They will come on and help you, talk you through that. There may not be a video of how to do it online anywhere, but they will certainly be able to talk you through it and maybe give you just a walkthrough. So just go on to the Discord server and just ask on there if anybody has done it, and somebody there will give you a hand with that. That's not a problem at all. So yes, guys, that is going to be the end of the stream for today. Much love. Thanks to everybody who took part today. I do appreciate you all. Thanks for everybody who's asked questions. Thanks for all the new members, the new people that jumped on today and asked questions. And I very much look forward to seeing you on the next one. What we will do, I don't know. But if you have any suggestions or have any requests for what you would like to see me cover in a stream, again, pop onto the Discord server and please ask me on there. I won't be taking any questions to do stuff on a stream from the stream video, because I don't edit these streams afterwards. They just go straight into the live section in my YouTube, and they can be watched again over and over as people wish. But the best place to ask me to do anything, if you want me to do something or talk about something specifically on the streams, when there isn't anything really to do or I don't have a plan, then just message me on Discord or just ask in the Discord server, and I'll be more than happy to touch on those different things. Okay, guys, thanks a million again for joining me today. I appreciate you all and the time you took to join me on the stream today. Until the next one, Curf, peace out.